Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata-sevayā. Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam. Ramya Kachitupasana Vrajavadhu Vargena Va Kalpita. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pamartho Mahan. Śrī Caitanya-Mahāprabhur-matamidam tatradharana para. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna-prishthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swaminditi Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Canto 10, Chapter 31, entitled Gopi Geet, the songs of gopis in separation of their beloved Shri Krishna, their life and soul, Lord Hari, Lord Krishna. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriritam kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimatatam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Bhurida Janaha. Hearing Krishna Katha is the nectar which removes all our obstacles, discomfort, challenges. So we have read till text number 13 in the last session. Just a few more verses left. There are 19 verses, so maybe we can cover 3 today and maybe 3 tomorrow, and then we'll wrap up this chapter. So text number 14. Suratavaradhanam Shokanashanam Svaritavenuna Susthu Chumbitam Itararaga Vismaranam Nrinam Vitarabhiranas Tedharamritam. Translation and purport by disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. O hero, kindly distribute to us the nectar of your lips, which enhances conjugal pleasure and vanquishes grief. That nectar is thoroughly relished by your vibrating flute and makes people forget any other attachment. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti's charming commentary on this verse in the form of a dialogue between the gopis and Krishna. The gopis say, "O Krishna, you exactly resemble Dhanvantari, the best of physicians. So please give us some medicine, for we are suffering from the diseases of romantic desire for you. Don't hesitate to give us medicinal nectar of your lips freely, without our paying a substantial price, since you are a great hero in the giving charity. You should give it without any payment, even to the most wretched persons. Consider that we are losing our life, and now you can restore us to life by giving us that nectar. After all, you have already given it to your flute, which is simply a hollow bamboo stick. Krishna says, but the diet of people in this world is the diet of people in this world is the bad one of attachment to wealth, followers, family, and so forth. The particular medicine you have requested should not be given to those who have such a bad diet. But the medicine makes one forget all other attachments. So wonderful is this herbal drug that it counteracts bad dietary habits. Please give that nectar to us, O hero, since you are most charitable. Hare Krishna. So beautiful verse. The gopis are expressing their desires as we have been learning in the last many verses. And in this verse, in the last verse, they were desiring the nectar of Krishna's lotus feet on their chest, basically in their heart. As because if something is dear to us, we want to keep it close to our heart. And we were discussing the importance of Krishna's lotus feet, how they remove the danger, how they protect the devotee, how it's a great object of devotion and meditation, and removes all the anxiety. So now the gopis are saying, we are having this disease, right? And what is in the you are the charitable person, you are the Dhanvantri here, the Ayurveda expert. Every Ayurveda clinic you may see has a picture or deity of Dhanvantri, who is the originator of Ayurveda, the best of physicians. So give us the nectar, give us the medicine. What is the medicine? Your lotus lips. Hmm? And you gave it to the bamboo, a stick. Why can't you give it to us? Hmm? Krishna, that is our diet. That is our medicine. Then Krishna says, well, you are very worldly. And the diet of worldly people is what? What's the diet of worldly people? What are they hungry for? We read here, but in general also, what are they hungry for? Materialistic people, worldly people. What are they hungry for? Anyone?
Wealth.
Wealth, yes. What else? Wealth, name, fame, followers, prestige, right?
Mhm.
Puja, love, pratishtha. Everyone is hungry for that. Getting more likes on their posts, more comments, more shares, right? More wealth, more people, dhanam, janam. The totally opposite of what Mahaprabhu aspired. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. What do worldly people aspire for? Dhanam, janam, sundarim, wealth, the pleasures of opposite sex, followers, family, and so forth. So I will not give this medicine to people who have bad diet, right? Then the gopis say, well, this medicine is so pure, it will make us forget all our attachments. So please grant it to us without any. This medicine is so powerful that even with the bad desires or bad dietary habits we may have, this medicine is going to work. Like in Ayurveda, if like someone is taking a medicine, but they're having a bad diet, then the medicine will not be so effective. Similarly, bhakti will not be so effective. Chanting, reading of Bhagavatam, Gita will not be so effective if someone has bad diet. Now, bad diet doesn't mean the bad food, of course. If someone is eating non-veg, that's bad diet as per Shastra. But bad diet could also mean bad qualities, desire for name, fame, etc. Or, eating inappropriate food and, so many types of bad diet. As per Ayurveda, what are the different ways? What are the different things we consume? Can anyone share? What are the different things we consume? I'm not talking about like potatoes, radish. I'm talking about general. Like, what are the different things we consume? Also
What
called,
we see,
uh,
Prabhuji.
sorry,
What we see on our phones.
phone. Okay. So basically, what's the content we are consuming, right? Through our
Yes,
eyes,
Prabhuji.
correct?
Mm.
Ahar. Very nice. So one is the gross raw food, right? Like solid food, whether it's roti, sabji, dal, chawal, all that's in that category, right? Then is water, right? All the liquids, juice, water. Then is air. We consume air, ahar, right? So we consume solid foods, we consume water, we consume liquids, and we consume air through breathing, through our nostrils, through our mouth, through our nostrils, through our tongue. All this goes in. Through our nostril, the air goes in. But also we are consuming, as Mataji so beautifully mentioned, the content through our eyes and our ears, our senses, other senses, right? We are consuming the kind of content we consume, the kind of vichar, the thoughts. We are consuming thoughts also, right? The mind, like a good thought may come or a bad thought may come, and we have a choice to dwell on it or not dwell on it, right? So since the topic is coming about Ayurveda and Ahara, so all these elements are important. The kind of food we consume, the kind of thoughts we consume, the kind of things we watch, the kind of people we associate with. Mm. But back to gopis, the gopis are saying, well, we want the nectar of the same nectar you gave to the flute. They are showing transcendental envy towards the flute. What glories, what flute is always so close to Krishna. When will we be so fortunate to always be that close to Krishna? Any other thoughts in this verse where the gopis are saying to Krishna, give the nectar of which vanquishes grief? They're requesting kindly distribute to us the nectar of your lips. Now, the nectar of your lips, in one way, it means, the chumbitam, the like Mother Yashoda was kissing. It also, this is my understanding, it also means the what is Krishna is speaking, right? Because we use our lips to also to speak. Hmm? Correct? We use our mouth, we use our lips to the Bhagavad Gita, the song of God is also coming through Krishna's lips or Krishna's mouth. So we should also desire, we should be, and that also vanquishes all the grief, is it not? That vanquishes all the grief. Any other thoughts, comments here? Okay, let's read the next verse, text number 15. And any Matajis want to read?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
Antya Kalam Yugayate Bhagavatam Kuntala Mukham Jate Jaradishvatam Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. When you go off to the forest during the day, a tiny fraction of a second becomes like a millennium for us. because we cannot see you. And even when we can eagerly look upon your beautiful face, so lovely with its adornment of curly locks, our pleasure is hindered by our eyelids, which were fashioned by the foolish Creator. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So what are the gopis doing here? What are the gopis doing in this verse? Or what's the mood of this verse?
So they're feeling angry at Brahma.
Yes, the creator, the foolish creator. That's not like aparad, but like to understand the mood. They're saying Brahma is foolish. Why are they saying Brahma is foolish?
Because they made eyelids, so when they're closing the eyelids, they cannot see Krishna's face.
Yes, because he fashioned, which were fashioned, because Brahma is a secondary creator. The gopis are very intelligent also. So even when we can eagerly look upon your beautiful face, so lovely with this adornment of curly locks of hair, Lasat Kundalam. Krishna is so beautiful. As some of you know, we were at Fort Lauderdale hearing about Krishna's Rupa Madhuri, Krishna's beauty, Krishna's Leela Madhuri, Krishna's gunas, Krishna's pastimes. We gave a class, Krishna's Nama Rupa Guna Leela. There were 5 sessions, sorry, each about 3 hours. So about 15 hours or so. And I'm not exaggerating, because it was 15 hours each total. We were just absorbed in 2.5 days, so from Friday evening till Sunday evening, such a nectar. Friday evening, 6 to 9, approximately 6:30 to 9:30. Then Saturday and Sunday morning, about 11 to 6. So 11 to 6 with 1 hour gap. That's about like 7 hours each weekend, and about 3 hours on the Fridays, about 14, 18 hours. It's so beautiful, amazing. When he was describing Krishna's Rupa, Krishna's Leelas, Krishna's Guna in a lot of detail, and I'll share some stories with all of you as in when I get chance. But the point here is that Krishna is so extraordinarily beautiful. He's transcendental. There are no words to describe his beauty. And the gopis who are so attached to Krishna, let's understand their mood. They are seeing a tiny fraction of a second. How much time it takes to blink our eyebrows? Anyone knows? Let's see what internet says. How
Tiny fraction of a second.
fraction of a second? Some say 1/10, some say 1/7 of a second, but it's like 0.1 or 0.01 second. I don't know the exact, but it's a very small instance, very small, like, unit of time, right? That very small unit of time appears to gopis as what? Millennium. Can anyone think of the verse from Shikshashtakam? There's a beautiful verse in Chaitanya Shikshashtakam. Which I want to share with all of you here. Yogaitam nimishena chakshusha. The 7th verse. Yugaitam nimishena chakshusha pravishritam shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahinam. O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your presence. Very, very similar verse here, right? That fraction of a second appears to be like a millennium because we can't see you for that moment. And we are eagerly looking to see your beautiful face, Krishna's beautiful face, with curly locks of hairs, with the swinging shark-shaped earrings. And the pleasure is hindered. It's like to give us example, many people like eating, right? And a Chappan Bhoga feast is arranged right in front of you on the table, right? And it's ready. You are ready. The feast is ready. Everything is ready. But suddenly you blink your eye and it's all gone. You're hungry too. Very, very hungry. How will we feel? You're very, very hungry. Amazing prasadam is right there on the table. It's there for you. You are there for it. But the moment you blink it, it's gone. Right? That's how the gopis are feeling. Gopis are feeling that moment we are not able to see Krishna, we have such a problem. They are blaming the Creator. Now, this shows how the purity of the gopis. As Bhagavad Gita explains, Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam Tasyam Jagrati Sanyami. What is night for self-realized is a time of day for materialists. And what is Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam Tasyam Jagrati Sanyami. Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam Sa Pashyato Muni. It's basically opposite. Gopis are not aspiring for wealth and all that. Gopis are aspiring for Krishna darshan. And a moment seems to be too much. Oh, actually, it's mentioned here. 1/1700 of a second. Truti, about truti. जो ध्यान में त्रुटि हो गई. 1/1700 of a second. That's the love of the gopis. Truti atati yad bhavan ahanikananam. Right? For that 1/1700 of a second, when there is a break, it appears to be like yuga, millennium, hundreds and millions of years. So I was talking about this verse from Gita, which, the day and night is different. For materialistic people, they may spend 3 hours on a movie, right? Happens. And they may feel, oh, it's fine. Oh, the movie was nice. It was ended pretty fast. They may spend days and days on vacations. Every day spend 8 to 10 hours working or 12, 15 hours working. But that 15 minute of Bhagavad Gita reading will appear to be like millennium, right? Where we are trying to see Krishna, that appears to be a lot. That tiny 10 minute of time appears to be like 10 hours. But every day working for 12, 15 hours, going for vacation for 10 days, 15 days, that appears nothing. Going for Disney, spending a whole day or sometimes days, that appears nothing. But spending an hour in bhakti, that seems a lot. You see, I'm talking about my situation. right? I'm not talking about anyone else. I'm talking about how the purity. We should not understand gopis as ordinary, or they're aspiring for Krishna. Krishna has feet. Krishna has this. Krishna has that. It shows how much they are hankering really lolyam, and that is the only mulya. There's no other mulya to get Krishna. The only mulya, the only way, the only price one has to pay is one's hankering, eagerness. And that's what gopis have in abundance. They were ready to break all the chains. This was a theme also. Break all the chains. Maybe there's a separate story of an elephant Keshavan, which I'll share in another class, which was also shared by Srimad Prabhu. So let's see what Krishna Chakravarti Thakur says. The gopis said, moreover, Krishna, our bad destiny alone is the cause of our grief. What can you do about it? The gopis convey this idea. The gopis say, when you go to the forest of a Truti, 1/1700 of a second, seems like Yogayate, it seems like a millennium. The pain of separation makes the 8 hours you are away in the forest seem like 3 months. The pain of 8 hours in separation for the Vrajavasis, because when Krishna would go in the daytime, like Mother Yashoda would not be seeing Krishna and others, it would appear like 3 months. But look at the intensity of the love of gopis. For the gopis, the 8-hour period appeared to be like billion years, billion ages. There is no cause for this except our bad fortune. What is the cause? Our bad fortune. What is a bad fortune? Even then, we get the opportunity to see your face at the end of the day. This foolish creator Brahma makes us suffer by giving us eyelids to interrupt our vision of you. We all blink. It's involuntary. None of us can pause it even for a minute. Even that involuntary, momentarily separation is seeming billions of years to gopis. So, thus, even in seeing you, we are thrown into an insurmountable ocean of suffering. That fraction of a second, the eyelids blink and we get the interruption to your beautiful sight. It takes only 900 trutis for one eye to blink. Wow, that's very interesting. So here, 900 trutis. So let's say we call this 1800. So half a second basically. Because one truti is 1/1700. So multiply that with 900. So half a second or even less it takes. So it takes a very small fraction of time. It seems like 900 trutis seem like 900 yugas to us. Thus, we are so unfortunate we suffer whether we see you or not. That's the mood of the gopis. According to Maitreya Rishi, the time duration needed for the integration of 3 Trashnishus is called a truti. 100 trutis make one Veda. 3 Vedas make one Lava. Right? Lava means Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha Saraswati Hoy. We say that. The duration of time of 3 lovers is equal to 1 Nimesha. So basically, 3 lovers make 1 Nimesha. And the combination of 3 Nimesha make 1 Shana. Shana Matra. So the gopis say basically those who are intelligent cut off their eyelids so they could see Krishna continuously. But we are Ajada. Sorry. being unintelligent, we cannot do that. So it's a very, very beautiful meditation of how shows the hankering, shows the eagerness, shows the lalyam of Krishna or of the gopis towards the Supreme Lord. Any thoughts, any comments in this verse, X15, anyone has? So the point is we should also try to develop eagerness to see Krishna, to hear about Krishna. Sometimes we may go to a temple and, okay, I'm done, right? 5 minutes, I'm done. 10 minutes, I'm done, right? For a movie, you don't want to miss any detail. So at least we can show that same eagerness towards Krishna. Any thoughts anyone has? Shall I tell a beautiful verse about holy name and eagerness? How many of you have seen someone counting money or have done that? Has anyone counted dollars?
Prabhuji, I do that every day.
Oh yes, Mataji does that.
Every day for 8 hours a day.
There you go. So, I mean, you are doing it for work, but a businessman, I mean, of course, your job is also you have to tally everything, and the counting is very, very critical. But you may not feel so much pleasure by doing it, right? It's a pain, actually, right?
Yes, not at all.
But a businessman who is like getting that money, does he find pleasure? What do you think? जो गल्ले पे बैठते हैं, right?
Yes, of course. For them.
Will he find
Yes.
pleasure? Because more revenue is coming, and it's not like he's counting on behalf of someone. He's counting his profit, his income, his revenue. So the acharyas give a beautiful verse in this connection. Vichayani vicharyani vichintyani punah punah kripanasya dhannaiva tvannamani bhavantuna. Who will read this translation here? Anyone?
May I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna. O Lord, just as a miser continually collects, counts, and remembers his money, in the same way, let us continually collect, count, and remember your holy names. Sri Bhavananda. Hare Krishna.
Nebo. What do you think of that verse? How does that land for you? Three adjectives are used, or three verbs are used. Vichayani. Oh, I have to collect this money from this person, this money from that. Oh, he owes me this much. He or she owes me that. Vicharyani, right? उसके बारे में चिंतन करता है. Like he's constantly meditating. This, if I do this deal, I'll get this profit. If I do this, I'll get that profit, right? If I invest here, I'll get this much, right? Vichintayani. So basically, he collect continually, right? Non-stop, punah punah, again and again. Rukta nahi. It's not okay. Today I will do this. Tomorrow, 1 week, I'll pause and I'll just remember Krishna. No, non-stop. till the last breath, chalta rehta. So what is he doing? He's thinking about money, he's collecting money, he's making plans to make more money, money. Puna puna, continually. Count करता है. $1 भी इधर उधर नहीं होना चाहिए, right? So he's counting. Similarly, a devotee must count the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Today only I heard this, so I want to share this since you're talking about money. You want to hear? Who is the CEO of NVIDIA? Anyone knows? Quite famous these days. Jensen Huang, right? You can Google it. He's the CEO, right? So certainly multi-billionaire person, right? And NVIDIA, everyone knows NVIDIA, right? So AI, NVIDIA, quite famous. So he's the CEO, $100 million, $100 billion, sorry, $100 billion plus net worth. One of my friend works for NVIDIA, and he was sharing this reflection that, you know, these companies do town halls basically to their employees. So this my friend, who's a very nice devotee, my senior, who works for this company, and was sharing this. Mr. Hong was telling, and by the way, this is a class also from today from his Vishishika Prabhu, so I'm just repeating that. So he's Vishishika Prabhu's disciple, and he was sharing. He didn't share with me, but he's my friend. I know him. He's Mukharjan Prabhu. So he was sharing with his Guru Maharaj, who was sharing in the class today, that how Mukharjan Prabhu was sharing his reflections. So Mr. Hong said, well, we don't fire people here or lay off, mass layoff. But if someone is not performing, yes, they'll be laid off due to performance issues. Okay, with proper chances will be given. But they don't like do mass layoff, like 1,000 people just get out because we have, cuts, although they're performing good. So that's a good intention. And he said, I want all my people in the company to build wealth, to be wealthy. My all employees. This wealth is not just mine. So this Prabhu was now reflecting, it's a good intention. But this wealth, the wealth of this world, even if someone is millionaire, multi-millionaire, or even a billionaire, or even a whatever the next comes trillionaire, it is short-lived, unfortunately. It is short-lived. Not only it's short-lived, I was hearing this in another class, which is very, very important, my dear friends. Please pay attention here. The karma we get is eternal or long. Karma means what? Anyone who is earning wealth, especially the bigger the wealth, the more jhol he has to do. You agree? Jhol means it's not comes with all straight means. Ask any businessman. Have they ever spoken lie to make money? The answer will be yes. Or ask any one of us. We are going to drive to our school, college, bank, whatnot. Have we killed an innocent creatures on the way? Answer is yes. Right? Have we done some mistakes in earning wealth? Answer is yes. Whether we agree or not agree, the answer is yes. Now, the more our mind, vichintyani, vicharyani, the more the challenge. And now, because of the jhol, because of the problems with the crookedness we have done, we have developed bad samskars, which are going to last. The wealth we are earning, my dear friends, is not going to last lifetimes. Even if one makes $10 billion in this life, one will start from $0 or even born in a poor family, in a beggar's family, and maybe begging on the street as a child. But the karma or the bad habits which we have inculcated, the sanskara, that goes lifetimes. Isn't that interesting? The law of nature. But now look at spiritual wealth. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is our CEO. We have joined this movement of Krishna Bhakti. He is our CEO. He will not fire us ever. Not only in this lifetime, but in all lifetimes. What to speak of him firing, even if someone tries to leave. Mahaprabhu says in Kalya Krishna's story, I will catch his shikha and pull him back. Not only that, the wealth which we are, even if we make little endeavor, ne abhikamanashuste pratyevayo na vidyate swalpam api asya dharmasya trayate mehato bhayat. Even little endeavor will help us eternally, lifetimes. Eternal bank account में जमा हो गया हमारा, right? Whatever spiritual punji we are developing, it will be collected in the eternal bank account. And not only that, Lord Chaitanya wants us all to be wealthy. Now, what wealth are we talking about? The real wealth is the wealth of Krishna consciousness, Krishna bhakti, Harinam. That is the barometer of success. At the age, time we leave, whether we have $10 million in our bank account or 401k or property or whatnot, hotels, motels, or cash or any kind of funds, liquid, non-liquid, it will not matter. What will matter? Matter does not matter. This is the beautiful lesson of Bhagavad Gita. What matters is spirit, eternal. So I just got this thought from this thing which I heard. So is it making sense? Any thoughts, comments here? Lord Chaitanya wants us to be really wealthy, to take pure bhakti and develop this eternal wealth. Why just short-lived wealth? Why to spend so much time and energy on something which is going to be very short-lived and cause long-term pain? Why not? I'm not saying give up job or business, but at least spend some quality time, an hour, 2, 3, the more the merrier. At least 10% of the day we can devote fully towards Krishna. And then the rest 90% will also become Krishna conscious indirectly. 10% we can try to make it directly. The 10% means in the beginning we try to say 1%, that's 14 minutes. 10% is 140 minutes approximately, 2 hours and plus. Start with 1% and keep increasing it as much as possible, because that's what the Gopis are saying. Okay. Any comments, thoughts, additions here? Is it all making sense, or is it too lofty, flowery?
Hare Krishna,
It makes
Prabhuji.
sense to me.
It makes sense, Prabhuji. Yes.
Very well. Okay.
Ideally, we should spend more time in earning the eternal wealth. However, it happens other way around. So the goal should be to get a little bit more closer for the eternal wealth. Just to have even a goal makes a difference. But as we see, irony is not everybody around us that we live. And at least here in this country, with the association we are living, we at least see some people are even thinking about making this eternal, like earning the eternal wealth. In Bharat, Prabhuji, when I meet with people and even like day-to-day living people, like Uber driver, this, that, they hardly think of anything beyond their daily life routine, and they say it's not happening, it's not possible. I mean, they kind of like I felt like some of the person I rode with, I tried to like see what is there, like greetings and all. I would do all the Hare Krishna and all those things. It seemed like they are not even, they have given the hope. They don't have the kind of like, there is something they have to think about God and pray and chant. They say our life is so hectic. So then, then it's just like राम का नाम भजते रहो, काम अपना करते रहो. दिन में तो काम है, रात में सोना है, तो चलता ही रहेगा. So that's kind of a situation I landed in. So at least I feel a little better being here. At least 10% time, 5% time I can take out for earning the eternal wealth. Had I been in the India in the same profession, I think it would have been a little bit more challenging. My thought, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing. Yes, I think the Sangha is the main thing. There are wonderful devotees in India. So whether one is in India or in US or in Australia, UK, wherever, the essence from your, I think, is to have association of like-minded people. If we have to grow in any dimension, like if a cloth merchant has to expand his cloth business, he'll not hang out with, a barber, right? Maybe even if he goes to barber, he'll just get the job done, right, and come. But he'll hang out with similar like-minded people who are trying to expand like similar cloth business. And that's how the world is. Similarly, we also need to hang out with the kind of people we want to be. Very simple. And Jhachavada. If we have a sincere desire, Krishna, I want to develop pure bhakti, please give me good association. It will come through books, through classes, through in person, through so many ways. Krishna will give us the right direction. Thank you. And India is following the West badly, unfortunately. Forgetting, the treasure is in the backyard, but trying to find treasure here and there, and forgetting the journey, the treasure within.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And therefore, dukha milta hai. Krishna bholi.
Dukha milta hai.
Krishna bholi se jeev nadir bahir muk ate maya tare de sansar dukh. Ask any billionaire, are you the most happiest, sir? You have earned a lot of wealth. No one is going to say I'm the most. Trust me. Ask anyone, but ask a sincere person, a pure devotee. They will say, they may be in poverty, they may have simple living, but you'll see, even in the deathbed, devotees leave with a very joyful smile on their face, because they know they're going to reunite with their eternal Father. But for others, it's a pain of thousands of scorpion biting. The Yamadutas are waiting. Okay, one last verse and then we'll pause. 16, next 16. Anyone would like to try this?
Can I, Prabhuji?
Yes, please.
Okay, once. Yes. Pati sutanavya भ्रतार बंधवान अति विलान गए ते नीति अच्युत गतः गति विदस्तदो दिगीता मोहितः कीतव योषितः कशतया जे निशि. Translation. Dear Achyuta, you know very well why we have come here. Who But a cheater like you would abandon young women who come to see him in the middle of the night, enchanted by the loud song of his flute. Just to see you, we have completely rejected our husbands, children, ancestors, brothers, and other relatives. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Sing, since it's a Geet, we'll sing like a song. Pati sutanvaya bhratir bandhavan ati vilangaya tint achyutagataha gati vidastavo gita mohita itava yoshita kastya jinishi. What are the gopis saying? Krishna, oh Achyuta, we have our pati, husbands, sutta, children, other ancestors, anvaya, like in-laws, etc., etc., bhratir, bandhava, relatives, ati vilangaya, उनको reject करके, neglect करके, so किनको? Our husbands, our family, our children, our ancestors, brothers, Pandava, we rejected all of them. Why? They, Anti, oh Achyuta, to come to you. Agata, aa gaye hum. How? By hearing the song of your flute. It bewildered us. Oh cheater, Kitava. Right? What kind of person are you? You called us, right? And now you're not giving us your darshan. We are hankering for your darshan, right? If we do something, ignoring our parents, ignoring our children, everyone says don't do, and we do it. Now, can you imagine the kind of pressure? Just imagine your family is saying, your husband or wife is saying, don't do it. Your children are saying, don't do it. Society members are saying, don't do it. Parents, in-laws are saying, don't do it. You still say, no, I will do it. अब क्या होगा? अब उसका वो अगर successful नहीं हो, that thing doesn't, let's say whatever, that business or that job or that activity or whatever, it goes south, or it goes exactly as they were saying. Don't go. Basically, it ends up in being failure. Because right, Krishna is not giving darshan. They rejected everyone, neglected everyone to get Krishna's darshan, to be with Krishna, and here they come and there's no Krishna. Can you imagine? Can we? There were any thoughts coming to anyone's mind just by putting ourselves in that position? इतना pressure हो जाएगा नहीं? Is anyone feeling that pressure? What will I tell my husband or my wife or my parents or my in-laws? What face will I show them, right? They told me, everyone told me don't do it, but I was no hell bent. I'll do it. Look at the consequence now. That's why I say, Krishna, we can't go back even home. When you see, when we put ourselves in that Leela, we are able to empathize, That's why we should read Bhagavatam, not just read the words. We should enter the Leela. Then we'll be able to empathize a lot and, really get into the mood of that Leela. So, Kṛṣṇa Chakravarti Thakur explains, the time of hearing Krishna's flute, it locked in the house. We were in the inner rooms, locked, right? Now, knowing with us, the 10th and the last stage, Gati, we have reached the end of our lives and come to you. Basically, because end of life means that they broke all the chains. Remind me about this elephant story. That was also the theme, breaking all the chains. The elephant also broke all the chains to serve Krishna. The gopis broke all the chains to serve Krishna. Sarv dharman parityajya. Breaking the chains. We also have chains. We have chains of our desires. We have chains of our past habits. We have chains of our bad habits. We have chains of our allurements, right? There will not be physical chain holding us, but we could be held by our mind, our senses. We could be glued to the chain of social media. Like we may not feel it, but it's holding us from performing bhakti, right? So though we are in this exalted state, you have disappointed us and failed to let us see you, because they were asking for darshan. Therefore, you are saying, hey, you are Achyuta. Therefore, you see why they are addressing Krishna as Achyuta. Have you become, you're Achyuta, right? You should not fail to let us see you. Why are you failing to let us? Krishna, you are Achyuta. You cannot fall. So Krishna says, then why have you come here? Gopi says, well, we are bewildered by your sound of the flute. Udgita, Krishna's Venu, Krishna song of the Krishna's flute. We lost the discrimination with Mohit ho gaye, right? Our intelligence was lost. And we rushed here in the middle of the night. Krishna says, foolish girls. If that is you, then just try to tolerate the pain. Fearing such a statement, the gopis said, oh cheater, no one except a merciless person like you would reject the gentle ladies. Oh madman, you are mad. Krishna is saying Krishna mad, and you have cheated us. That's a transcendental flavor here. But the point here is breaking the chains. That can be the theme, that can be the lesson. Now, that doesn't mean we go against the family. That's not the point here, right? That forget about what husband says, forget about what wife says. I will do what the gopis did. We cannot imitate that, but we can understand the spirit, right? At least we can try to not imitate, but emulate the spirit. And that will, and whatever time and energy we have, are we doing our best in that time and energy? That's something to reflect upon. Any thoughts, comments, questions anyone has? Covered 3 verses today. And the last 3 we'll cover probably tomorrow or the day after. It will be the last session for this chapter. 3 verses left. Anyone has? I see Yogesh Prabhu has also joined. Thank you for joining, Prabhu. Ravi Prabhu, Anita Mataji, Andalali, Mataji, Priti Mataji, and Shri Mataji. Thank you so much for your kind association. It means a lot to be in all of your association and read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the essence of all the scriptures. Okay, so if there are no comments or questions, we'll pause here. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Samveda Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhyaiva cha, Didana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.